We are a team of doctors from Mayo Clinic, and we have heard that your child has been diagnosed with Tay-Sachs disease. We are sorry. We made this video to help you understand.
I'm a doctor, and I will be discussing the life expectancy, symptoms, and treatment.
I am also a doctor, and I will be discussing symptoms and diagnosis.
I am the molecular scientist, and I will be discussing what the mutation is and what it does.
Life expectancy for children with Tay-Sachs is 2 to 4 years.
Your child can be diagnosed for Tay-Sachs disease through a blood test called chorionic villus sampling, or CVS.
There is no treatment, but supportive care can be comforting. Between 3 and 6 months, a baby will begin to lose developmental skills, experience progressive weakness, loss of motor skills, increased style response, and myoclonic jerks, which are involuntary jerks.
Your child may also experience deafness, progressive blindness, decreased muscle strength, increased startle response, paralysis, or loss of muscle function, seizure, muscular stiffness, otherwise known as spasticity, or delayed mental and social development.
Also, there can be a cherry red spot that can appear in the eye. They will begin to lose visual attentiveness, decreased voluntary movements and responsiveness, as well also develop seizures, intellectual disability, and this will progress rapidly until the child becomes completely unresponsive.
They may experience slow growth, muscle weakness, slurred speech.
Tay-Sachs is an inherited disease. The autosomal recessive pattern means that both copies of the gene must be on both parents in order for the offspring to carry the mutated gene. This does not always show signs or symptoms right away. It is a recessive allele. When both parents have the allele for Tay-Sachs disease, the child has a 25% chance of carrying the trait and having Tay-Sachs disease. It has another 25% chance of being perfectly fine and a 50% chance of being a carrier of Tay-Sachs disease. This is not a sex-linked trait. The cross between a Tay-Sachs in order to have Tay-Sachs is always a heterozygous cross because the carriers who have the gene never reach reproductive age and therefore never are able to reproduce. The Tay-Sachs disease is more popular in the Jewish population because they marry among themselves. 1 in 25 of the Jewish population receive Tay-Sachs disease as a carrier, while 1 out of 250 of the rest of the world receive it as a carrier. And 1 in 3,600 people out of the Jewish population receive the Tay-Sachs disease in full.
As you can see in this pedigree, both parents carry the recessive trait. 3 of the children inherited at least 1 recessive gene, but only 1 of these inherited the disease.
This pedigree shows one particular family and how the Tay-Sachs disease was inherited. It shows the affected males and females and the uninfected males and females, and how probability takes place in some of the genetic groups. This Punnett square shows the cross that occurred in the pedigree.
This mutation is found on the hexA gene on the 15th chromosome.
Here you see the 15th chromosome and what part of the gene it affects. Prader-Willi syndrome, Angelman syndrome, and Marfan syndrome are also found on this chromosome.
The DNA sequence on top shows that of a normal chromosome. As indicated by the blue highlighted sequence, the Tay-Sachs DNA sequence has a slightly altered reading frame and therefore a much different protein.
Mutation in this gene causes an enzyme, beta-hexosaminidase A, to be completely non-functional. Other mutations of this gene can cause another form of Tay-Sachs that appears later in life rather than in infancy. Over 30 mutations of hexA have been identified. Frame shift, point, and splice site mutations are what make the 30-plus mutations. A frame shift mutation is an insertion or deletion of 1 or more nucleotides in a DNA sequence. A point mutation is one that affects 1 or very few nucleotides. A splice site mutation changes the amount of nucleotides at the splicing site. Beta-hexosaminidase A is found in lysosomes which break down toxins and waste. This enzyme breaks down a fatty substance called GM2 ganglioside within the lysosome. When this enzyme does not function correctly, the fatty substance does not get broken down. Due to the ganglioside not getting broken down, toxic amounts of it build up in the neurons, mainly in a person's brain and spinal cord, which destroy them and cause the symptoms of Tay-Sachs to show.
Thank you for watching. We doctors here at the Mayo Clinic care very much about our patients, and we hope that you found this video both helpful and informational.